Well, for more on this, Francesco Rizzuto joins us live now from here in the UK, a professor of European law at Liverpool Hope University. Francesco, thank you very much for talking to us. Let's start with immigration because it's a heated election issue and one of the key issues at the heart of these elections, isn't it?
It is. It's fourth on the list. The first issue, actually, generally I'm talking, is, of course, the cost of living, followed by health, followed by the state of the economy in general, and then immigration and asylum. So it's an issue, but it's an issue for one side of the political equation far more than the other.
And how much has Sunak's highly controversial Rwanda plan, do you think, affected his election hopes?
Well, 84% of the public that have been asked the question have said that the plan, the way in which the government has dealt with the whole question of immigration and asylum is bad, a disaster. So unfortunately, he came up with a flagship policy that has rather sunk very badly. So yes, it's an issue, but most people think the government's botched it. So they're looking for alternatives. And your piece before showed us that in certain parts of the country, especially those who vote reform, something like 2/3 of them, 70% of them, think it's the major issue. It's almost a single issue party like it, and some Tories. But if the latest major opinion poll shows that unless there's something quite dramatic over the next 24 hours, they're going to be wiped out. The latest poll shows that Labour are going to win by 484 seats. So it's an issue, but... Go on.
I mean, that's the Conservative Party. You mentioned what's the alternative. Well, Labour says it will scrap the plan, the Rwanda plan, but it's failed to elaborate on how they plan to curb net migration figures. So that presumably is also an issue. What will they do?
I think that most political parties over the last 15 years or so have made a terrible mistake in deluding the people that they could suddenly pass the rule and stop this flood of human misery or flood crossing into Europe and then eventually into the United Kingdom. So that's the idea that we can quantify what we can do is a mistake. It can't be done that way. And I think Labour hasn't fallen into the trap of pretending that it's going to lower it by X thousands or whatever. What it has done is said that we need to put money into the processing of people that are arriving. And we have a backlog of, I think, 86,000. And of course, also, and for this, you need collaboration internationally. We need to basically deal with the gangs, those who traffic people. So the plan may seem modest, but it's actually realistic. It's not promising what is extremely difficult to deliver. And I think Sunak, the Conservative government, have realized this now. And if you listen to what many of the ministers are saying, they acknowledge that you know, a deterrent, but it hasn't worked. And you can't deter human desperation. You really can't. So I think a change, a fundamental rethink about how we deal with what are, epoch-making movements of people has to be accepted.
Francesco, thank you very much. We really appreciate your time. Francesco Rizzuto speaking to us live there.